What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning back in. My name is Umair, and today we are going to be going through my 2025 bass fishing arsenal. I've been seeing a lot of people actually posting these type of videos lately, and it makes sense because the season's about to start. Everyone's kind of fidgety to kind of get out there. But before we get started, guys, just would appreciate if you guys like and subscribe. Really just trying to grow the channel and share as much rod and reel snobbery out to you guys as possible, and hopefully get some on-wire footage later this season. So with that being said, let's get started. So how I'm going to break this video up is going to be kind of two parts. Well, same video, but two sections to it. So we're going to start over here. These are rods that I have a good amount of experience with. I've had on the water for at least half a season plus. And on this side, I've actually been acquiring a lot of really cool rods and stuff that's been on my wish list for a while. So this off season, I really had an overhaul. I actually had a bunch of Exprides and Dobyn's rods that I kind of upgraded over to some NRX and P5s you can see over here. So anyways, with that being said, let's get started. Rod number one, and that is, this is the big boy. This is a Dobyn's Champion XP 794.5 A-rig rod. It's a mouthful. So obviously, as the name says, it's a 7'9". So actually, this rod doesn't get too much use because I don't really throw a whole lot of swim baits and glide baits. It's actually meant to be an Alabama rod. But it's definitely something that I'm going to be using more in the spring. After that, I don't really pick up those big baits as often, but it's really cool because that 794.5 is kind of like an in-between size. It's rated for 15 to 25 pound line, and it's from 1 to 4 ounces. And I've noticed with Dobyn's rods, they actually are a lot softer than what their actions suggest they are. So even though this is listed as like a heavy plus, I think like 4.5 power, this is actually going to be, it's pretty soft. It kind of bends kind of towards the midsection, and then right here it stops. But for a 7'9" swim bait rod, this is going to be great for on the lower end, like your mag draft, 6-inch mag drafts, and then on the higher end, I from what I've seen, I wouldn't throw anything heavier than like a KGB Chad Shad. And I think the biggest thing to this is just finding a reel that balances it really well. What I found is I had a 300 size Daiwa Alexa on here. I really did not like that. It was just kind of too cumbersome. Again, I'm not really much of a swim bait fisherman, but I mean, I just did not like the feeling of it in my hands. It's just way too clunky. And I actually got another reel, which is on the next rod we're going to be talking about. That's the Curado 200M, which I'm going to be swapping between my frog rod and this rod. So it has kind of like a multi-purpose functionality, right? So anyways, that's rod number one. Honestly, this is more of a spring fishing rod for me. Don't get out with it too much, but the times I have gotten it out, it's been able to handle, those lighter to medium-sized swim baits and glide baits. All right, moving on. Rod number two. I gotta be careful here. I don't want to drop any of these on top of each other. It's always gonna collapse the dominoes. This is probably familiar to you guys. I just posted a video on the 7.3 extra heavy Expride B. Phenomenal rod. I'm not gonna get too deep into this because I already have a review video posted right. I'll put it somewhere here. But yeah, I actually ended up going with the 50-pound Max Quattro. You guys will probably figure out why in my last video. But anyways, yeah, phenomenal frogging rod. Flipping and punching rod in a pinch too. Does it great. But yeah, this rod is kind of like a mainstay in my rod arsenal. Definitely always have a frog tied on pretty much 90% of the time. All right, moving on. We're gonna go into some NRXs here. So this is the NRX Plus 873cc RR. Now this is one of the gems in my lineup. Not that I don't love the rest of these guys, but this is just phenomenal. So I bought this towards the second half of last season, and I honestly bought it more for obviously bottom contact. So NRX Plus is like the gold standard, right, as far as sensitivity goes. But I realized that this, as you can see, football jigs. How do I use that? Football jigs. This thing is a beast at football jigs. I mean, this is pretty versatile. Actually, you can throw chatter baits, single hook moving baits, obviously bottom baits. You can pitch within a pinch. But honestly, guys, like this is going to be my primary football jig rod. I just got a Beast Coast Baby Dozer on here. And man, this is a 7/16, I think, but man, this thing just slings it. I got this paired up with the Bantam, and honestly, you'll hear a lot of places the Bantam pairs up beautifully with this thing. I mean, it just balances so well. It just launches baits out there. I have this paired with 16-pound Sunlight Sniper fluoro. And man, this thing is just a joy to fish. It's so light in hand. It's just like a sensor on the ground. You know, you feel every little rock and pebble that this thing touches. And honestly, I couldn't be more happier with this. This is for sure one of the gems in the NRX Plus lineup. If I had to recommend one rod for dragging out of any brand, it would be definitely this one, the NRX Plus 873 CRR. I could keep going on and on about this rod, but phenomenal rod. Next up, we're going to do some spinning over here, staying on the NRX lineup. So this is another gem, to be honest, in the spinning realm. This is the 852S JWR, and man, this thing is just a tank. This is not even a tank, it's just so versatile, right? You can do so many things with it. You can throw, you know, finesse paddle tails, you could throw wacky rigs, you can throw shaky heads. This is my shaky head rod. If you can tell, I kind of got a shaky head on here right now. But yeah, guys, I mean, this thing will just do it all. I will say the tip on this is pretty fast. I mean, I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of hard with the line on here, but it is pretty fast, so it's not something you're gonna really minstrel with. I would definitely look at a lighter power rod or a different rod, not the JWRs, to be honest. But yeah, as far as sensitivity goes, like I said, gold standard with the NRX Plus lineup. I've put this through a lot. I've, you know, pitched wacky rigs and pads. I've skipped under docks. This was actually my main like dock skipping spinning rod last season. This rod probably caught me at least half, if not most of my fish during my tournament season. You know, like I said, shaky heads, Nico rigs, finesse paddle tails. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Finesse, you could do free rigs on this if you really wanted to. It is a little stiff for free rigs, so you like something that bends a little bit lower into the further into the rod. Probably go with you know, a different rod, but this rod can definitely do it all. It's great if you want to do like weightless Texas rigs. Honestly, I keep gushing about this rod too, but yeah, this is definitely an ace up my sleeve when it comes to spinning rod lineup. And yeah, that is the 852S JWR. All right, and the last rod on this side over here is going to be the P5 Addermine. Now, like the other rod, the 852, this was responsible for a lot of fish catches last year during my tournament season. This is primarily my drop shot rod. I have this paired with an Exist. I also have a video of the Exist, a review video, if you guys want to check that out. But anyways, guys, this thing just, right now I have a Ned rig on here. This is honestly great for drop shots, Ned rigs, again, finesse paddle tails, like those 2.8 Kitex type paddle tails, and what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like heavier mid-strolling. That's something I do want to try out this year. With this rod, I haven't really gotten to mid-strolling yet, but I will be trying that out with this rod. The heavier mid-strolling though, I don't know if, it doesn't have a stinger tip on it, so it's not really gonna give you that like really subtle like taps that you get with like a Medusa, for example, from what I've heard with those stinger tip rods, or like the 610 Expride with the stinger tip. This is, it's great because it's actually pretty versatile, especially with drop shots. I'm often kind of in situations where I have to figure out if I need to throw an open hook or a Texas rig drop shot, and this rod can definitely handle both easily. But yeah, guys, this is just a beauty. This is like this rod to me is art. It's an art form when I'm fishing with this. You know, it's kind of like, I'm just like Picasso out there. I'm just kind of like envisioning everything, kind of like painting a picture down there. It's super sensitive. And I just love using this rod, especially for those techniques where it's like, you're kind of just standing there in one place for a while and you're kind of just like imagining what's going on the bottom. You're just waiting for that bite. It's really such a light pairing. And I mean, I could have this rod in my hand all day. It's just so light. I would be fine with that. But anyways, guys, that is that side of the wall. So now I've had experience with these rods a good amount, I'd say. I wouldn't really want to give a review for them if I didn't have enough experience with them. So that's why I separated over to that side. Now going on this side, these are rods I kind of just acquired. So sticking into the P5 lineup, this is the P5 Dark Sleeper. And this actually replaced my Expride 7.2 medium heavy, the B version. And as you can see, I got Dark Sleeper on here. And I have this paired with a Daiwa Zillion. Smooth reel, man, smooth. It's kind of like that Bantam, it's just so smooth, it feels great in your hand. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously, other than the sleeper baits, you know, this is just, I actually got this for swim jigs and spinner baits, to be honest. But this is kind of like one of those dual rods, like a workhorse type of rod. You can throw whatever you want. You want to throw like jigs on it, you can throw spinner baits, swim jigs, single moving baits. I'm not sure about treble hook baits. I think it's a little too fast for that, but other than that, it's such a versatile rod. You could get away with a lot on here. If you had to bring one rod out, obviously a medium heavy, like a 7'1" medium heavy, you can't really go wrong with it. Yeah, this rod, I'm really excited to use this. Definitely gonna get a lot of use out of it for a bunch of different techniques this year. All right, moving on. This is a very interesting rod. This is the P5 110 stick. I have it paired with the Metanium DC70. Oh, this is just a little line holder here because I didn't feel like putting tape on spool and doing all that. But man, this rod, I've never had such a short casting rod. This is 6'5", believe it or not, and it just feels, this is definitely the lightest rod. I mean, it feels like a feather in my hand. I mean, it balances perfectly right at the lock nut. I mean, right below the lock nut. But man, jerk baits, obviously top water, you know, smaller crankbaits and stuff like that. This is definitely gonna be the rod. The Metanium DC, man, I actually got to go on the water with this a couple times when we had ice out recently, and this is just such a fun rod to use. I mean, really trying to hone in on my jerkbait skills this year, and this is gonna be the rod that is gonna stay in my hand at least all of spring. But yeah, I'm really excited, super light, and honestly, it's just beautiful. I love how whippy, not whippy, I wish I could show you guys, but it's got a pretty deep bend into the blank. Like, it'll go all the way down here, you know, towards like the first 30% of the rod. So it's going to be amazing for treble hook baits. Again, this replaced my Expride 610 medium B. And if you guys can't tell, if you guys have any questions about the Expride line, I've had so many rods from that lineup. But yeah, shoot me some comments down below if you guys are curious about any of those. But yeah, guys, this is going to be my springtime rod for sure. All right, moving on. So this is going to be the last P5 in this video. So this is the P5 Daemos. This is actually going to be my chatterbait jackhammer rod, right? I got this paired also with a Daiwa Steez A2 TW. I did an unboxing video for that if you guys want to check that out. I got this in a 6.3 gear ratio. And man, this thing already feels smooth. I haven't gotten it on the water yet, like I said, but I already got, this is a Elite Evo on there right now, like a shad pattern. Yeah, right now I got a braid to leader. Let's see how it goes. I might go straight braid. Let's see. I kind of need to see how stiff the rod is on the water. It's actually replaced my Dobyn's Champion XP 734. That was like my primary chatterbait rod. I just want something lighter, and man, this thing is like the other P5s. They're just all so light and so well balanced, super sensitive. And honestly, this is going to be great because it's nice. It serves as like kind of like a double action for, you know, single hook moving baits primarily, but you could definitely get away with some lighter Texas rigs on here if you really need to in a pinch, but that's not really what I'm using it for. It's going to be, I usually have a chatterbait locked in my hand, so I'm going to be using this heavily for chatterbaits this season. So super excited to use that. All right, coming towards the end here. All right, this is going to be the heavy stick. So this, well, technically it's a medium heavy. This is Daiwa Steez AGS. Bottom contact 2. It's a 7'5" medium heavy. And honestly, I got this for, if you can't see, I kind of got 1/4 ounce tungsten Texas rig on here. And this is gonna be just my pitching, like Texas rig and jig rod, right? It's gonna be, I fish a lot of submerged milfoil, submerged vegetation. So this is just gonna be one of those rods where I'm just constantly kind of searching for fish, picking through vegetation, and you know, just trying to locate fish that way, just trying to be efficient in and out. I don't think I'll be using this for punching. That's what I'm kind of gonna have the 7'3" extra heavy Expride for. But yeah, anything else from like that 1/4 ounce to, you know, I'd say even like 5/8 range, 3/4 range, I'd probably throw on this. But yeah, guys, again, this is supposed to be one of the most sensitive rods for that, and I'm really excited. It's got the AGS guides. I was a little hesitant at first because I know these AGS guides have like no bend in them, and if you step on them or crack them or anything, it takes a minute to replace. So I don't know. I baby my rods a lot. I always keep my rod sleeves. This rod sleeves, you should be, regardless of what price range rods you have. But yeah, I'm pretty good with my gear. If you're good with your gear, it'll be good with you, right? So yeah, oh yeah, I was gonna say, so for the reel with this, I was kind of torn with the reel. I actually had the Bantam on here before and the Zillion on the 873, but I ended up just going with the Zillion because it just balances so much better. The Bantam is a little bit heavier reel, but it actually balances perfectly, like I said, with the 873. It's way better suited for that. The Zillion is great. I was thinking of upgrading to Zillion HD, the TWHD, the black version basically, but I heard it's just the same reel, just a little bit slightly bigger handle. So if anything, I could upgrade the handle, or I might just sell this and get the, what is that, 2022 Zillion. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. You know, again, it's just super sensitive. I always cork seal my rods. As I clean them, cork seal them every season. So always just take care of your rods, guys. It's just always good practice to do that, right? And last step over here, I have, this is the NRX Plus 803 SJWR, and I do not see practically any videos on this rod, and it's really makes me curious because this is an 803, so it's technically a medium heavy spinning rod. And this is actually going to be my new dock skipping rod. I use the 852 so much that there's times when it's like I'm constantly switching baits on that rod, and rather just have that rod designated for one thing and this rod designated for like dock skipping or pitching, you know, whackers and stuff into pads and stuff like that, short range. This is going to be that. I have this, well, technically I'm going to switch the twin power onto here. And the Vanford onto the 852. 852 is kind of be more of my versatile stick. This is going to be, like I said, strictly for closer range applications. Just kind of wrenching fish out of stuff. But yeah, guys, I'm really excited to use this rod. I was originally thinking of just getting a shorter bait casting rod to skip and stuff, but I really love my spinning rods a lot, and I really just love how I don't, especially because, okay, the reason why I went with the spinning rod, the shorter spinning rod to do this is because I'm fishing as a co-angler a lot of times, and I don't really have time to pick up backlashes, right? I mean, there's times where your reel just blows up on you, right? Sometimes, what are you gonna do? And just every second you're spending picking line out like that, you're just wasting time, wasting casts, wasting potential fish catches. So I don't know, I feel like a spinning rod, I'm able to be quick in and out. I can be a little quicker than my boater, and it's just gonna be super sneaky. I'm really excited to use this. And you know, there's one rod that's missing here that I'm just really pissed about. It was supposed to be an NRX Plus 902 SJR. And I actually was, so what happened was I used it for, I got it towards the end of last season. I used it for a bit, but I felt like it was kind of redundant to have that rod with the other rods I had. So I was actually gonna trade it. I was thinking of either trading with an 872 NRX Plus or a Windbuster. I couldn't find a Windbuster, so I went with the 872. I found a guy, and he's a super nice guy. Check out his channel. His name is Adam Beller on Tackleweeb. Check his channel out. He's got cool reviews too. But yeah, he's a super nice guy. So we ended up trading. I got the 872, and my 902 is still missing. I mean, it's been missing for almost 3 months at this point. So shout out to USPS for the unfortunate situation. But hopefully, let's see. I submitted a missing mail form, so hopefully it comes through. But I sent his rod back. No harm done there for him. But yeah, let's see. I'm hoping that I get it back. If I do get it back, I might end up selling it. Might end up trading it for a Windbuster. Let's see. But anyways, guys, that's going to be a wrap for my rod lineup for 2025. Let me know in the comments down below which rod you're excited for this year, or if you want me to do a deeper dive on any of the rods. I will be doing some more rod reviews on these guys on this side because I have some more experience with them. Maybe towards the end of the season, I'll be doing some reviews of these guys for sure. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I just wanted to get all this stuff out of my head. I feel like I've been talking about rods for a while now. Yeah, thanks again.